Hey, happy Saturday. I decided to go ahead and turn on the camera this afternoon. Um, this is brunch. This is brunch. So I'm going to be making some eggs as per part of my usual. There's 4 eggs. It's not just myself that will participate, so I usually don't use a sharp knife to crack my eggs. This is the first. Kind of on the whim decision. I've rinsed my shells before I put them in the garbage. I also have some breakfast sausage I'm about to put on because the pan is ready. This is the Johnsonville brown sugar honey flavor breakfast sausage, okay? And this is from the haul yesterday at ShopRite. I went ahead and used the first row only, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 left, and I'm cooking 7 or prepping 7. So there'll be 3.5 for serving. Right now, I'm cutting my peppers. I've already sliced them. I have the red, the yellow, and the green you saw in the haul yesterday. I've already gone in and added my extra shredded cheddar cheese. I'm going to be using salt and pepper seasoning, as well as chopping an onion and using garlic powder as well. At the end, I'm also going to go ahead and add my spinach, my baby spinach pieces you saw yesterday. I'm going to be adding some of those, of course, to the eggs. You really don't necessarily need to add a sausage or a bacon when you're preparing eggs, because believe it or not, eggs is meat. So I don't know whether or not you agree, but if you look at the history of an egg, what is housed in an egg, you will come to find that the egg is meat. I had to turn my flame down. The Lord is so good. He's like, Jackie, take a look at that flame. That flame was up. And I had no idea. And I'm over here just leisurely cutting on my pepper. So I cut my pepper pieces up pretty fine. And a part of my our shopping yesterday was getting a hold of some paper plates. Thank you, Jesus. So, paper plates are back in position, and I'm very happy, very pleased, very excited about that. Then I go back over here and check this pan because I don't want the sausage to burn. When you're preparing this type of sausage, you just want to, any sausage really, or bacon, you want to make sure that you're keeping a close eye on what it's doing in the pan. Not only the outer temperature, but the inside temperature is very important to pay attention to as it cooks from the inside out. Still had a seed on the inside of this yellow pepper. So I was making sure that that wasn't incorporated in what goes into the cup with the rest of the ingredients. I don't want to be eating on a crunchy shell anywhere from an egg, a seed, or anything else. So happy Saturday, you guys. I am exhausted, however, I'm a little too responsible for others at this point to focus on sleep at this particular time of the day. I want to make sure that the rest of the day doesn't go by without things being in order. Alright, I'm getting my trusty paper towel piece. Thank God that was still in the package. Okay, so this is the finished product of the sausages. Let me turn this around because that looks very different from the opposite end. Okay, nothing is burnt, thank God. Everything is decent, in order, delicious looking, and ready to go. I'm just going to place these inside of the microwave. And that will keep those That will keep those protected from the air so they don't get cold. All right, so not going to speak anything over my morning or my current, or anything over my afternoon or my current condition or position. I'm just going to move forward. All right, I'm going to continue to cutting up on some more peppers. I have my green peppers left, so there's going to be housed again in case you missed it, or in case you have forgotten up until this point, because we've been in brief discussion since starting. But there's red, green, and yellow peppers going inside. And this is a meal that does not take a great deal of time to prepare, which is awesome because we are hungry around here and ready to eat. So what are you guys having for your brunch or for your lunch, or depending on where you are, even your breakfast this morning still? What do you intend on preparing? Tell us how you're going to make it, what ingredients you're going to use, and let us know how it either turned out or turned out for you. We like to communicate here, so make sure that you are making use of the comments. Shout out to Colleen. Thank you, Colleen, for being the forerunner of the comments each and every time. You are appreciated, girl. You are loved. Thank you so much for your support always. And thank you to each subscriber. Love you dearly. And I hope that the content, it blesses you and you are satisfied with it each and every time that we come together. We aim to make a pleasant, comfortable, sometimes funny as well as helpful space for you to come to. And informative as well, as much as we can. And yeah. So now we're cutting up the final portion for the cutting, which is the onion. We're only going to use one slice. We're going to cut this one slice up really fine like we did the peppers. We're going to add some salt, some pepper, and a teeny bit of garlic powder. We're not going to put a lot of anything inside. And then we will be ready to add it to the pan. I already have our sausage ready, so we're not waiting on that. We're only waiting for our omelet egg. And I lied, we have one more thing to put inside. So we can't forget our baby spinach. So we're gonna add the baby spinach as well. Just gonna go ahead and clean up just a little bit here, just a teeny bit. Remember, we already have our cheddar cheese in there. We have our eggs inside. We have some kind of spilling on the edge here, so I'm going to angle this just a little bit different. If it begins to look kind of crazy on your side, there is a purpose and a plan. Shout out to IAG Farms. It's all about God. This afternoon, shout out to you, family. The latest shenanigans have been interesting. And so happy for the success of the van and mobile home. Keep allowing God to be present through you, in you. Keep giving him his glory. You're doing amazing. Alright guys, I'm going to get the baby spinach out. Finish off the baby spinach already present before opening the baby spinach we purchased yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to, okay, we had some in here. We had some in here we had to say goodbye to, so I'm glad that we went on and purchased the fresh ones yesterday that we'll begin using tomorrow with breakfast. We did really good though, really good with it. It was definitely fruitful. It was a fruitful supply. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the top. All right, gonna add a teeny bit of creamer to the top. I'm gonna pull out my, I cannot believe it's not butter. Right. Tapped into the I can't believe it's not butter for our pan for our omelet eggs. Okay. While the pan is getting ready, I'm going to continue to clean up a little bit, wash my hands, and proceed to mix the eggs really well. I got my spatula. Okay, the pan is ready. Okay, I did not get the cream. Get it in just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna add 2 creamers. Bring you a little closer. Okay, we're a little closer. I'm being very careful. I am literally right by the flame. I just want to get our eggs mixed up with the ingredients. I'm going to put the pan back over the flame. Later on, I'll be back for dinner prep, which right now the plan is tilapia, home fries, and a vegetable. Not sure which vegetable it's going to be yet, outside of the potato. It may be a salad for me. It's probably going to be salad for me. Not really sure. I'm not really sure at the moment what else it's going to be, but the plan will come together. This is the mix for the omelet egg, and I'm going to go ahead and put this into the pan. The color is phenomenal. I like to get everything into the pan that I purposed to be inside. I did a lot of tedious prep, so no man left behind. As I've shared before, as much as things cost now, I don't like to be wasteful, that's for sure. Okay, so as this omelet egg comes together, I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see as I explain. As you can see on the edges, it's beginning to bubble, which means it's now cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and let that do that throughout the egg at the bottom portion that you can't see, and the sides that you can't see, as well as the sides you can. I'm going to wait for those to brown. Excuse me. And once they brown, I'm going to go ahead and make them into 2 pieces of omelet, one for myself and one for my husband, and you will see how this goes. This is dipping on me a little bit, so I'm trying to angle it so that you all can see. Gonna bring it back some. Okay, it's in the omelet state. These are the omelet egg pieces. completion of the plating in just a moment. All right, plating plating is completed. Excuse me. I also purchased coffee finally yesterday. If you went through the venture with us, you were privy to my very limited choices of coffee in comparison to all of my various choices of creamer. I was pretty taken aback by that. As popular as coffee, it seems like now the creamer is the star. So, go figure. For me, it's like, without the coffee, the creamer is barely necessary unless you also use creamer and sorts in tea, as I do as well when I'm in the mood. This is the core brew of Starbucks coffee, the caramel dulce. This is what I normally drink. So this is the iced coffee itself. It's going to go into one of the places I frequent for coffee on the outside if I make an outside purchase, which are now well, Dunkin' Donuts has always been. I purchased iced coffee one of my visits, and just held on to my cup. It's sturdy. And if you know anything about me, you already know it's sanitized. Just like any of my other dishes in my home. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I spilled a little bit. Didn't mean to mix that with the lid off. I'm just gonna pour some of this into my cup, and since you can't really see it, I'll raise my cup up to you as soon as I get this mess together. This is Natural Bliss Oat Creamer, plant-based. I showed you this yesterday while shopping. This is the brown sugar. Just gonna go ahead and mix this good. This is where my coffee is up to. About half. I'm adding my creamer. See that creamer kind of going down toward the bottom? I'm gonna stop right about there. Before I show you the finished plates, I'm going to go ahead and mix this. This is on the darker side, kind of darker than I'm used to, because it's a brown sugar creamer. That makes perfect sense. I mix with a knife, a butter knife. This is what I mix my drinks with, a butter knife. It's good. There's a method to my madness as far as using a butter knife to mix my drinks. I usually, and I am today, I usually use a straw in my iced coffee, right? And other drinks. Doesn't just have to be coffee. I'm prone to using a straw with larger drinks. So it just makes sense to me. And if it's just me, it's just fine. But if I use a straw to drink out of, doesn't it make sense that to mix that drink or that type of drink, if I have to mix, that I would use something the same length as a straw, which is a knife, a butter knife. So that's where I came up with that. And I want to thank the Lord because it was his idea first. So this is my plate. And my iced coffee. Can you see it? That's my omelet egg, y'all. And this is hubby's. His omelet egg and his sausage. And he's already taken his drink of choice down with him. So the drink I don't have to supply, but I will be supplying the food. So until later on, bon appetit. Love y'all.